Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect, and shalom to Yasharallah, who are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who in the time before were known as the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Now, in today's lesson, I want to go ahead and get into a parable, the parable of the laborers of the vineyard, also known as the parable of the penny. Now, we're talking about how the Lord has referred to this work or this work known as the Great Commission, or basically preaching out the truth of the Bible. The brother's going to go ahead and read it. Go ahead, Art.
All right, this is Matthew 20:1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And when he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers, and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These last have brought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the day burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Did thou not agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last even as unto thee. It is not unlawful for me to do what I will with mine own. Is thine eye evil, because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first, Salat, and the first last, for many be called, but few chosen.
And there you go. And that's the parable. Those are the straight words of Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach, the Messiah. So he right here was breaking down this kingdom of heaven and how it's going to come into fruition, right? And what he's talking about here, the laborers, they are the men who are doing this work, going all the way back to all the way back to the old times, from Isaiah and all those old prophets to today, to Apostle Tahar, to all of us brothers here who stay in the faith. Now, the thing is just like the Lord was saying in this parable, that the hireman, or the owner of the vineyard, who is Yahweh, the Most High God, it doesn't matter to him when you come into this truth, right? Because we're all working for the same penny. There is nothing more that you could get than salvation, and ultimately a place in the kingdom, right? So we're all striving for the mark. We're all striving for the same thing. And one thing about this is that you have sometimes, I've seen it on videos. I've also seen it in some of the camps. You got some people who come in, and they want to take over. I've even seen it even more so, where people who have been here for a lot longer and stuff like that, they don't dig certain brothers because they're brand new or whatever and stuff like that. But but the younger brothers could be right in some manners, but the older brothers, they go off and they pay them no mind and stuff like that. But like I said, we're all equal in the eyes of the Lord. We're all going to get paid the same amount, and that there's order to this. This brother's going to go ahead and read this to sear it into your mind. Go ahead, Doc.
This is First Corinthians 14
and 40.
And 40. It's a lot, bro.
It's okay.
It says, let all things be done decently and in order.
So there you go, right? Because one thing about this order and that this truth is that there's a lot bigger things going on than just us here on this planet in our timeline, right? There's cosmic things in play, right? There's planets that are being moved into orbits and being done, and this has been in planning for thousands upon thousands of years, right? So for you not to be, to come in, a couple years ahead and be upset that you don't get a bigger reward, that's going off, right? Because again, ultimately it's either you win or you lose. There's no first place, second place, third place. No, it's just either you're in or you're out. And that's what ultimately this penny is, right? So now the great thing is that here in Great Millstone, a lot of us, we don't have that wicked view and stuff like that. But if you look at these other camps, right? They you could definitely see it in their videos. Now, the other thing is go for that.
I was gonna say, Salak, what the brother was saying about, things being done decently and in order. I mean, I'm probably a little older, in the worldly view than some of the brothers in this camp who've been in the camp a lot longer than I have, but yet they're older than me in this truth. Because it's not about how old you are out here, whatever age you are. I have teachers in this that are younger than I am, that are younger and older. And and when you come into the fold, like everything's done decently and in order. The Most High didn't mess up when he brought these teachers into this truth,
Right.
He didn't make a mistake on what timeline. Everything's run on his time,
Exactly.
So everything has to be done decently and in order, and that's just the way it is,
Yep. And like this brother was alluding to, right? These people who came into this truth, even though they may be younger, right? Like physically here in the world, they've had less rotations around the sun, but spiritually, the soul, the spirit that is inside of that man that's been, that came into this truth before you is probably older and a higher rank than you are, right? So if you look at Apostle Tahar, right? He's one of the oldest people in this truth. And there's a reason why he leads this truth, right? The Lord had to basically set up, from Abba Bivens, even before that, he had to set up those Israelites to get a little bit of the knowledge until finally when it came up to Abba Bivens, he was able to give the full truth of Abba Bivens, right? Where he gave him that he had an angel come down to him and actually, show him how to actually read the Hebrew and stuff like that, right? This is when the Lord really started waking us Israelites up, right? And at that point he started orchestrating his great work to come into fruition, to wake up certain spirits in certain manners and stuff like that, right? So just like this brother said, I'm a lot older than a lot of these other brothers here too. The same thing. There's a lot of younger brothers under me that are my teachers, that are my elders and stuff like that, right? And again, I understand this, that it's not about physical age. It's not about when you came into this and stuff, into this world or into this truth, but it matters when you came into this truth, right? That's rank, but ultimately it doesn't matter, when you came into this truth, all the reward is going to be the same, right? So go ahead and get into Proverbs.
This is Proverbs 1:20. It says, "Wisdom crieth, she uttereth her voice in the streets."
And then go down to where it says highways and hedges. Is that the? Well, you know what? Actually, it's okay. So the point.
Yeah, it is Slok. It's Slok. Proverbs 1:20, and I'm gonna jump down to 21. It says, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fowls hate knowledge."
Right, and what this brother just brought out right here, this right here is the vineyard, right? This is the harvesting of the fruit. This is the work that the Lord has basically commanded us to do, right? So that crying out in the streets, in the highways and hedges, what that basically refers to means that once you get this truth, the Lord needs that prophecy to come true. So how is that prophecy going to come true? Definitely is not going to come through by you being behind your keyboard and making comments on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, dropping fucking digital bits of knowledge and shit like that. Yeah, you may edify person here and there, but that doesn't fulfill that prophecy, right? That's the work that the Lord has went out, and He's seeking laborers to do that particular thing. He's not seeking men to go out there and comment boards and edify people through the comment boards. Now, I'm not saying that you don't do it, but I'm saying that is not the work. So the work is to come out here to the chief places of concourse, right? The places where commercials are being done. There's a reason why we are on Broadway and 7th here in downtown LA. This is one of the busiest districts in downtown Los Angeles. Also, it's the Broadway, right? Because what does it tell you about salvation? The path to salvation is a narrow path, and the road to destruction is the broad way. We're trying to save these people out here, and now that we actually started up on Third Avenue, and over the years, months and years, we've slowly come down, and now we're on 7th. And if you brothers know about spiritual numbers, you know that 7 means completion, and we're almost here. We're at the end. But so again, that's the work that the Lord has asked His laborers to do. This brother's going to go ahead and get into John.
All right, this is St. John. This is 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it to you.
So there you go, right? So this is for you people out there who haven't decided to come out here to downtown Los Angeles on Broadway and 7th. You're still behind your keyboard, thinking that what you're doing there is fine. You don't have to come out to the highways and hedges. The Lord says, whatever you have asked in His name, He shall give it to you. So that way He could make it so that way you can bring forth fruit. So you could be a laborer in the vineyard, right? So if you're not out here yet, and it's just not in your spirit that you don't think that, and you really are truly seeking salvation, pray to the Most High. Ask Him in the name of Yahweh Shai that He reveals to you the truth. If you should come out to the highways and hedges and come out here and actually start learning first, and then eventually come into the camp and preach, which now is the time to do it, right? So again, we've identified the work. We've shown you how to actually get into this work if it's not in your spirit, because again, you gotta not lean on your own understanding when it comes to this truth. There's spiritual boundaries and locks on this that you gotta unlock to come into this truth. So hopefully this video breaking down the parable of the laborers of the vineyard was edifying, Akim. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.